A very special thank you to everybody who tunes in to the Justin Podcast. And I also want to give a special thanks to all my sponsors.
Mamma mia! Pizza Cake haven't chosen me to tell you about the new Corleone pizza. Soft white Italian dough, soaked in the finest Palermo tomato, all topped with 1 whole pound of Milano cheese. Then choose 5 toppings from the famous Pizza Cake 500. Mmm. And remember what Mama said, leave room for dessert at Pizza Cake.
He's considered to be the greatest announcer in XTV history. And now, Justin Turkey Leg brings his famous voice along with his awesome friends to the podcast world. This is Justin's Podcast.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you guys for hitting the play button. I was sitting up here and I wasn't even recording, y'all. I'm just sitting up here talking to myself. Pray for me. Good show we got today. I sat down with my boy MZ. You know, I was on the 2GN news with Romy Rome one point in time, and Romy had MZ as a guest, and right there on the show we established, oh yeah, we're gonna chop it up right here. Of course, that's been some time ago now. At this point, I like to, I don't know if I ever said about, I like to, rack up the episodes and, put them out accordingly at a certain pace, just so I can stay ahead of the curve, because, you get into like a busy grind, and, you just can't, you can't predict, when you're going to be able to sit down and get these, conversations. So I'm happy to have this one, and, it was a point in time, where he came up to me and he was just like, oh yeah, you said you was gonna have me on your podcast. You said you was gonna have me on your podcast, and I was like, I am gonna have you on the podcast. Then I finally get him on the podcast, and he's like, oh yeah, you said you was gonna have me on the podcast. You said you was gonna have me on the podcast, and I'm like, I did have you on the podcast, and he's like, yeah, but you didn't put it out. People, be patient. Some things gotta happen first. Okay? I got all y'all favorite guests lined up. I promise you that. That is my promise to you. Alright? Everybody is going to come through eventually. But first things first. There's a pacing to this thing. Alright? I can tell you one thing. You're probably not going to like everybody. You know what I mean? Because I get that. You know what I'm saying? And I completely understand that. But at the same time, it don't always be about, that person. We go into, great XTV stories, and, we talk about some real good concepts, so just keep that in mind. You might not like the star, but hey, man, this your boy. I'm not going to let you down, all right? You remember who's doing this, all right? I got the wheel. Few things on my mind this week. I can't help but thinking about the Raylan situation, and I'm interested. She over there in GPW. It's an interesting thing, man. Remember, my perspective of NXTV is that this is still a new thing. So every time something like this comes up, it's new. We never experienced it before. And the question that came up, hey, what's going to happen with Raylan, in NXT since she over here in GPW? My question is, does that make a difference? That's my question. I guess she's been in 3 matches thus far. Her first match, which she won, which got her, the contract to enter into the company. But since then, hey, I don't know if it mattered to her, but standing from afar, I see she on a 2-match losing streak ever since being a part of the main roster. Really for me, that initial match don't really count. It don't count until you actually in the company and then you get rolling. And I've seen other stars. I've seen Rouge Anjali. I've seen Pasadena P, go out to these other different companies and flop and fade out. Flop and fade out. I don't think that that's going to be the case with Raylan, since she seemed to be a more popular character than those other two, with respect to those characters. But it's just, very, very interesting seeing, how guys get booked anytime they join outside companies, which makes me think, who else? Who else, without our knowledge, is being used? Because we just throw people up there. I mean, Rouge Anjali, and I'm just talking about, a particular company that she was with. I won't name that company, but the whole point is that Rouge and other people, Jackie Briggs, a lot of stars, Latoya Lauren, um, you know, they got like a significant number of downloads. You gotta wonder where and how are these stars being used. I'm interested in that type of thing because, of course, XTV is always thinking about linking together with other companies and things of that nature. And so, it's real interesting, like I don't know, I would just be interested in it. I would like to see that, and it's not necessarily so that just because, these stars are downloaded that they are even being used in a universe mode. Sometimes people just like the star, you know what I mean? Everybody don't think like myself. And I get that too. I get it. But, you know, it's just a thought. It's just a thought, man. It's a conversation that I've had with several stars. I talked to Bob about it. I talked to Trunks and some of the West Side guys. XTV stars don't get booked very well in other companies, with the exception of AOA. And shout out to J&W Balls. You don't ever count when we talking about stuff like this because we know you get it. So I'm never talking to you. But everybody don't always get it the way you caught on to it, my friend. Big rivalry building up on the west side between Monster and my good friend Trunks. Why didn't we see this coming? Why didn't anybody call this? We knew, like, when you see it and it's actually happening. I'm sitting over there, they go live, and I'm sitting there, watching this stuff, just smiling, because I'm like, duh. But at the same time, Westside are just not starting to do programming, and so now there's a platform for these things to, boil over. And so there was an actual match where, of course, I don't mean to say of course, but, I mean, who Monster won? It's a huge size difference. Trunks is past his prime. Be honest, okay? And that's all I'm here to do. Trunks sitting up there, he say stuff like, oh, yeah, Justin, you supposed to be a real friend and root for me. I am rooting for you. At the same time, I know who Monster will whoop your ass, all right? A real friend tells his friend the truth. I tried to let him down easy. But, if anything, it's going to be very entertaining. And man, I gotta say, man, Trunks getting a lot of heat. He getting a lot of heat. There was I don't know if you guys caught the latest episode of Creation Suite, but and I really don't even know what all happened there. I know we had B-Boy and Sketch as the guys, the special guest there, and afterwards, like, all hell broke loose. I had this big ass argument with Trunks, and I had an argument with the Best, and there was just all this tension, and it just caused for this great debate. And I ain't gonna go into all of the details, but it got pretty damn heated, and it all come from Big Trunks, you know what I mean, and just lashing out on people, you know what I mean. That's where it come from. And then Best kind of interfered with an argument that I was having with Trunks, and I pushed Best. I pushed his ass, and I told Best I shouldn't have did that. I pushed his ass on the bed, and he hit me, and we went at it, and he was like, "I'll kick your ass," and I'm like, "I know you will. I'm an announcer," and shit like that. But everything's everything. It done smoothed over. But this is XTV. This is XTV. One thing leads to another. Shit just blows over. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's gotten real crazy now that we do these live shows. Like, it's just crazy. The live aspect, the interactive aspect, whereby people can come in and say things. And, we had Killer and J-Dog in there, and it's like, oh, shit. You know, because it's, you know, you can look at it and tell when two people not gonna see eye to eye. You know, J Dog is a very outspoken announcer, and you know what I mean. I'm pretty sure that you know, on the controls he gets busy. I'm sure. You know, he does a universe mode, and you know, he's probably one of those guys that play with two controllers. You know what I'm saying? And then you got Killer. You know what I mean? Who defeated J and W Boss, mind you. You know, and hey, you can say whatever you want, but you know, Killer did win, and you know, facts is facts. You know, because you know that's how it is. You gotta swallow it. You know, it's been like that. Like it's like, you know, sometimes people will come real close. You know, and we'll acknowledge the fact. You know, like if somebody fought good, you know, J and W had Killer the whole match, and Killer just snuck in. He just snuck in, and he stole one. It was a shock. You know, I don't think nobody expected that. And it was shocking. XTV04 had a shocking ending when the Killer defeated J&W Boss. And now, you know, I ain't saying that something is brewing up. I'm just saying that, you know, Killer called J-Dog J Puppy. And, you know, I think I guess J-Dog had some kind of word. Something went down on the proving grounds with Howard. You know, I'm not fully aware of it, but, you know, I was made aware of it after the fact. I didn't even know, you know, that something was going on between those two. But apparently, you got that. So that's what I mean about, you know, going live in the live aspect of the shows. You know, I try to, you know, go out there and be a, you know, not necessarily a peacemaker, but some sort of a mediator. You know, and because, you know, it's like it's all kind of stuff being thrown around, and you know, people don't always, you know, catch your drift or know where you're coming from. And yeah, like Killer, you know, got loose lips. He said something about what's this guy? Third Strike Entertainment, and shout out to him for creating the new, brand new XTV World logo. It's all over the place. We lettered it all over. We got it on Twitter. We got to put it on Facebook. It's on the YouTube. Beautiful brand new logo. We're very happy. Very happy with it. Looks very classic, in my opinion. So you can go to our Twitter page at XTV East Coast to check that out. Shout out to Third Strike Entertainment. You know, but Killer said something to him. You know, and you know, threw some fire at him, and it's just like, look, I know that a whole lot of our audience, I know that they can take the shots. That's not my issue. But the fact is that we should not throw shots at them. We should throw shots at each other. You know, and you don't jab at them unless they jab at you. And, you know, Killer probably felt like he did. You know, I don't know. Again, I don't know. I'm just saying what's on my mind. Okay, because I don't fully know. I was made aware of this after the fact. You know, and a lot of times, you know, in the live chat, I'm sitting there with my headphones. So, like, if I'm doing color commentary, and I'm sitting up there doing the live chat, well, you know, a lot of times the headphones don't get charged. They should be charged, but they don't get charged. You know what I mean? They just get neglected. You stop playing the game, and we don't always put it on the charger. You know, I gotten better at it. But so sometimes in the middle of the show, the battery will start to die, and it might even just shut off. You know, like that's probably happened a couple times, maybe on Twitch, and you know, maybe East meets West on the most recent one. I had this issue, and what happens is, like while I'm sitting up there, you know, calling the match and got my eyes on the match, I'm also trying to keep my eyes on the live stream, which is happening, you know, behind me, the live chat. I got my back turned to it, so I got to turn my head. You know, I got to kind of turn around because I'm hooked up to the to the supporter there. You know, the charger. You know, to try to stay on. And so, you know, if I turn my head, you know, I'm sitting there with the controller, okay? You know, we ain't fooling nobody. And I might lose. You know, I got to keep my eye on the match. I'm holding controllers. Yes, I'm exposing the business, but I'm holding controllers, and I can't do both at one time. And so, you know, as a result of that, I'm saying that sometimes I miss comments. And that's all I'm saying is that sometimes comments are missed. You know what I mean? And we don't realize that stuff was said until we go back and see stuff sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, J&W Boss was actually trying to help Bob, because he was giving him some button combinations to push, Because I think J&W knew in his mind, he's like, Bob could beat this dude if he only did this. And then David B-Boy actually, pressed triangle or whatever the button is for Ask Madden. He asked J&W. J&W told him, but we found out too late. We couldn't relay the message to B-Boy in time. So there is that. Just wanted to put that out on the table. So much more, of course, in XTV, but I don't want to make this intro too long. Very excited about you guys hearing MZ and his perspective of XTV legend. He goes way back. One of the originals. You guys know how I feel about these interviews because they really go back and tell that part of XTV, which is it's kind of like the golden era. It's like how you got, I guess you have like the WWE or the WWF days where it was like Andre the Giant and Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage and the Warrior and Rick Rude and Hacksaw Duggan, those guys, and then you got the era after that, which is like the post steroids era, you know what I mean? And I guess after that would be like I guess the down era where they weren't really making no money, when Diesel was the champion, and then it's like right before the Attitude Era, then the Attitude Era. So yeah. The time that I'm talking about with MZ and all them, that's like the golden era. With Hacksaw and all them. I'm from the Hacksaw days. Yes, you smell what I'm cooking? Alright, that's enough of that. Probably still don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this interview. I'm about to do the close of this. And I got a whole lot of work to do today. So thank you guys again for tuning in. And catch you on the flip.
The kind of water you drink says a lot about the type of person you are. Flow. It's time to take hydration seriously. Flow. Your local water is terrible. It's time to make hydration real. Flow. That's why we filtered it, put it in a fancy bottle, and are marketing it using famous actors. Flow. It's time to make hydration creative. Are you still drinking tap water? What's wrong with you? Flow. It's time to make hydration flow. Drink Flow. Infused with oxygen and hydrogen. Flow. If you're active or at least want to appear to be, there's only one hydration solution. Flow.
We rolling sound, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm sitting up here with my boy MZ.
Yeah.
I told you.
Well, you took long enough.
It didn't take that long.
Yeah, it took a little minute, man.
No, it didn't. You got like it's been years and all that.
Felt like it.
Well, if y'all don't know, ladies and gentlemen, XTV's own MZ.
Yes.
And he's our depiction of Super Mario.
Yes.
Just let that be known.
It's crazy, man. 90 had sorry, Justin, if I'm fucking your introduction up.
No, you do whatever you want to, man. It's your platform. Get it all off your chest. Say anything that you ever wanted to say.
Nah, man. It's just 90. He had a podcast recently. You know what I'm saying? I think we told y'all about this, but like he had Lane One. He had all the people from Cream on there, and like them niggas was having a hard time remembering that I was a part of Cream, bitch. You know what I'm saying? At first, because again, Cream was based off of Wu-Tang. You know what I'm saying? Faz was Raekwon. It's just funny saying that. I'm sorry. But Faz was Raekwon.
Yeah.
And I was you guy, bitch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was you guy. And Funky Skunk, y'all don't know too much about him. But Funky Skunk was Ghostface. And he was on 90 podcast. He was just acting like the new Ghostface. You know what I mean? He was like that, man. That shit's funny. You know what I'm saying? But like, I don't know. We funny about uploading this shit because
it ain't get like the full detail.
That
the way you
too,
want
but it's hard to explain that shit. Like even if you listen to the Ashley podcast, she was having a hard ass because it is so complex to explain.
What's so complex about it?
Cause like you just man, I know this is gonna be what you have to be. You have to be in Tony B's mentality at that time, man, to understand truly what certain shit represented. It's like, okay, I can easily say Scan represented the comedy aspect. Like, you know what I'm saying? Tony B was just, it was funny.
Tell us what Scan is before.
Scan was Silent Creeps at Night.
Okay.
And that consisted of, that was a group. It was Pain, because we was looking at the different schools in the districts, and we was like, we just kind of gave different schools their labels. It's like, okay, King High School gonna be Cream, and I don't know. I guess we picked Cream High School, King High School. You know what I'm saying? That sounds like the name of a porno, bit Cream High School.
Oh my god!
But we chose King High School because, you know what I'm saying, that King High School was kind of hood, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, we chose Bloomingdale because, like, shit, it was mainstream. Pain was mainstream at the time, best. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what Scan was, you know. Jesus was even a part of Scan. Dang.
Jesus Christ?
Yeah, Jesus Christ was a part of Scan.
He was with Scan?
Yep. He
Silent
just
Creeps at Night?
Yep, he used to always just say positive stuff. Well, they needed Jesus anyway to be Silent Creeps at Night. Y'all didn't eject this.
It ain't no disc.
But yeah, man, you know, they just kept forgetting to mention me. They're like, you know, in a way I played a pivotal role, but also in a way it's similar to you guy, the real you guy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
he just kind of, you know, just don't get mentioned a whole lot. You know, even though he was a part of a great group. But I like how they talked about. I think Funky Skunk told like the best. Like I said, we contemplating uploading it, so I ain't really spoiling nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But like, you know what I'm saying, he just talked about how he and ODB came up, and it's just so a damn Wu-Tang story, man. It's y'all gonna, man. We might just upload that part. Fuck, it's good as hell. Like once he started explaining it and his ghost face nuances and shit, it's like damn, you know, like that's what stands out. But the only thing with that shit is just I don't feel like we did a good job of really detailed, like telling y'all, you know, what we talking about, you know, where y'all can get it. Cause I'm gonna ask you, Justin, like, you know, this is my interview, you know, but like when you heard the Ashley podcast, did you get a gist of what she was saying? About, you know,
what about Cream?
Yeah, and about her region. You know what I'm saying? When she started talking about Little Double 7 and all that.
Well, I found that interesting. What you was when you was just not breaking it down, you know, because I didn't pick up on that. Like, you know how like the different schools represented, you know, a different region, and so
like different style, you know,
like a different style. But how did you even come up with that?
It's
like why did that like how did one have something to do with the other? How did they become associated?
They wasn't associated. They was all different schools, you know what I'm saying? And that's just what it represented. It's like,
that's what I'm saying. Like how did you say Scan represented Cream? I mean King.
Because no, Cream represented King because Cream.
Okay, because it was hood.
It was hood, you know what I'm saying? And like
so that's just what it was. It was just like, okay, this school is, and what was Hillsborough then? That's what I want to know.
Hillsborough? Who the fuck was Hillsborough? Because I know that Ashley shit was like, that was like Chamberlain. And
did that mean that like that's where they lived at? That's what region they stayed in?
Yeah, pretty much. Well,
So
I mean not stayed in, but like that's where it was. Like that
was the hop.
There you go. That was like
that's where it was popping. The audience probably still don't know my old ass terminology.
he threw it way the fuck off.
That's the 50s.
Yeah.
But anyway. Yeah, but that's where it was happening. That's where all the main stuff would go down.
Yeah.
And per se, if you was looking for Ashley, you would catch her, over there, in Chamberlain.
Yeah, they were at Chamberlain.
Yeah, she was at Chamberlain.
I forgot who the fuck was at Hillsborough though.
But that's pretty cool that it was broken down, and kind of let us in a little bit more about who was where and and the things that played out as a result.
Well, I mean, Ashley told the story about, Chamberlain, shit with Cream, you know what I mean? Like I said, we contemplating uploading shit, but Lane 1 and X Spec the deck, you know what I'm saying? The nigga was young, y'all, but like, them niggas would get into it all the time. They always fought. They always fought. And not, I said Flamingo, but yeah, he used to be a part of Scan, but it just felt fitting because they used to also have drafts every now and then. You know what I'm saying? And so one student would go to this school.
That's
You
crazy.
know? Yeah, and that's how 90 had. I was gonna say Flamindo again.
He used to be Flamindo back in the day.
Yeah,
During that time.
and that's how he had went to That's how he went to Cream.
Okay, and this is
Yeah.
like probably in the early 2000s. We talking?
Yeah, this is like 04. 04.
Okay.
This when, you know, the group home era and shit. You know what I'm saying? We was just trying to find, cause really it's Tony B trying to find ways to, like, you know what I'm saying, make himself happy. But like, you know, these all his thoughts. This all the shit he into. He into the alternative shit, you know, a little bit. He wasn't heavily into it yet, but it's like, you know, it's a slight, you know, it's like a slight interest. And then of course Wu-Tang, you know what I'm saying? And then Scan and all that, like comedy and, you know, funny shit, you know, that's where he was, you know. So, I don't know, I feel like I'm not really...
No, I mean, I'm picking up on it, and it's you know, what's crazy to me is you know, that Ashley was even around during that time period.
She kind of came back, you know what I'm saying? Because it was like, because Tony B was also looking at his characters. Yeah, that's what Hillsborough was. It was Killer Instinct and like a fighting, like that shit. It was like
Killer Instinct.
Yeah, it was Killer Instinct.
Oh,
That's
like
what it was.
Maya and
Yeah,
Spinal and
And I remember
TJ Combo.
because we had an actual recording. Fuck, this shit was funny. But Tony B needed a call. Which we had this shit to this day. But Orchid and Maya kept getting into it. And she was like, Maya! With all that screaming. It was like, call me.
I was listening to somebody talk about, like, because Orchid was trying to be like Sonya.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Damn, I don't remember who was saying that.
Yeah.
But that's cool. Who else was over there then? It was just Killer Instinct?
Yeah, because like every school was just like
They just had a
that.
theme.
Yeah. So that was that fighting shit.
So,
Chamberlain was
yeah,
alternative
okay.
music. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Chamberlain was alternative.
Yeah. Like,
And who else would be there?
Chamberlain?
Yeah, just the preps, right? Like preppy kids, kind of.
Kind of, sort of, but like also like the rock kids, like, you know what I'm saying, Little 007, Ashley Dixie. That's when she became the goth and shit. You know what I'm saying, and all that. And you know,
Dixie. Yeah.
Little Woody went over there, but he got his ass. He did get bullied a lot. He got his ass bullied.
At Chamberlain?
Yeah, because he was kind of like, I don't know. He at the time, you gotta understand, Woody was real popular. So it's like, you know, he was like that. Like, who the hell are you? You're a little new ass, and you know, he got bullied, got his shit taken. You know what I'm saying? And then Cream, yeah, man. I don't know what made me just start talking about this either, man.
Well,
We've been thinking about this shit lately. Sorry.
Yeah, it's been coming up a whole lot lately. And,
Yeah.
you know, it's definitely something that, you know, I mean, it's the 20th anniversary. Well, I mean,
That was
it's the
04.
15-year anniversary, I would say. Right?
04?
04. And what year is it now? 19. 15 years.
15 years. That's probably why, man. We've been thinking about that shit lately.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
But, you know, and it's also, you know, an aspect of you, MZ, that, you know, people don't talk about. You know,
Yeah, they don't.
You know, we always, you know, talking about macaroni and cheese and, you know, all the fun stuff, you know, N64, but,
Yeah.
you know, we don't hear about that. I mean, you know, what was that experience like, you know, in your perspective, I mean, you know, relative to, you know, how it was for you in XTV before that, you know, all cartoon and stuff like that. You know, how was that changed?
Shit, I was just at the point where, like, I knew it had to be a change. You know what I'm saying? Because, honestly, Justin, man, like, once the group home era and shit happened, you know what I'm saying? Like, that shit just really put us in a different space. Like, that was a real, like, grow up experience. You know what I'm saying? It was really like that. So it was like shit, just it just felt, you know what I'm saying, like something has to change. But like, you know, because like one time, you know, Trump's talked about this on one of them podcasts. You know, he had said that one time he came out in CAW, y'all just came in the house or whatever, and he was being Kong, you know what I'm saying, he was being funny and shit. He had these like white drawers on, and he was kind of dancing similar to what his ass do now. And then you came out there and you was like, you look gay as fuck. You said something.
To
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you said it, the Trunks. And then, like, honestly, you know, that shit did make us like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, you on some big brother picking on little brother shit. You know what I'm saying? We like, damn, you know, we just having fun playing our game. You know what I'm saying? And then it was just like, you know, but even that, though, it's like, it was too silly. You know what I mean? Like, certain shit, like, not that it has to be serious, but it has to have, like, a point,
A point.
a purpose.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's truly what you were saying with that. Even though
What's the
your
point?
approach was just like
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was a young
you know.
kid myself. Some time ago.
You know, and it was shit like that just made us like, you know what I mean? And that let me know inside myself, like, okay, shit, you know, it got to be a change. You know what I mean? And, you know, with being put in that place, like we got put in it, we felt some type of way. So the darkness of Cream kind of represented that, you know what I mean? And, like, you know, Scan was happy and fun and shit. And, you know, at times, a fake ass jackass, you know what I'm saying? I'm just going to be real, you know?
Scan?
Yeah. You know what Jackass is?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
MTV.
Yeah, and
That crazy ass slapdash show.
yeah,
Motherfuckers just crashing.
that's laughing and getting hurt and shit. Damn, he was lame back then. Sorry, man. But you know, that was an interesting period. I mean, I did a lot through my career, man, like announcing and shit. You know what I mean? And then it was a big jump for me. But in retrospect, it needed to happen. You know.
That's interesting that you say that.
And shit, the overall experience was just crazy, man. Like, you know, just being a part of this clique. Like, I really thought we was gonna be like what made the TXG era. I thought we was gonna be like one of the pivotal people that's a part of it, you know. But like, shit just don't be working out like we think. You know what I mean? Because we really thought like this the theme, this way it's at. Shit, then F&K came, fucked everything up.
You know, it's crazy. You know, it's just like what you said, MZ. You know, things take over.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, it's like you're not in control of what happens. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's like I was watching I was on the WWE Network and I was looking for some wrestling from like '96. So I was trying to pick what area in '96, and then I was like, okay, it led me to '97, to the top of '97. And I went to the top of '97 just so I could see like how it compares to '96, because you know how it kind of just spills over, like the end of the year. It's like the beginning of the year still be feeling like the end of the last year.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And
Except 02.
And that's a good one. And what I'm saying is like, you look at the top of '97. If you just go to the Raw playlist of '97, you look at the top of '97. And how Shawn Michaels was, and then you look at the end of '97, it's like a completely different thing. Like, it's just like a whole, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't plan on these turns, and at some point things make that turn, and it's just like out of your hands, and it's just like you're dealing with this monster that you created, and now it's got a life of its own,
Yeah.
Yeah, like the way you just kind of go down this road of like, existing and like. You fade in, you fade out, you know what I mean? You on top, you hot, and like you said, I mean, Cream was supposed to be, this real, big pivotal part of that time period, but it ends up getting blindsided by what you had said,
F&K.
F&K. And then, I mean, I think that something like that, you look at the personalities like Big Trunks, I mean, still to this day, they're going to be him and Best, and of course along with Faz gonna be calling this big Miami Beatdown 2 event, and so they still like the voices of the West.
Yeah.
And so I think that when you got that kind of competition, that's always gonna win. They the kings.
They is, man. And it's like, shit. That shit. Nobody seen that shit coming though, man. Like, to be honest, like nobody just seen it coming. Like, cause F&K came in, like the first 2 episodes wasn't that good, you know what I'm saying? Because Cream was still on top, but it was just something about the delivery of the 3rd episode. We ain't got it no more, but it was just the way Big Trunks was just saying shit, you know what I mean? And just how like cutting edge it was, you know what I'm saying? And it was like, shit, like I think that's what kind of killed a lot of people momentum, myself included, you know what I mean? It was just that, like never have we seen the Kong that aggressive, you know what I mean, on the mic and just talking his shit, and he was a pimp and all that. That shit crazy, man.
Right. I still call him Big Trunks D-Matic.
Yeah.
That to me that's what stuck.
He gonna always be Trunks though. I don't think he ever changed it.
Yeah, but
he used
the
to
D-Matic part though, you know what I mean? Like
well,
he's still D-Matic too.
Yeah, cause he can't change, man. And it's funny because like we even got it on tape. He was like, "Call me D-Matic." At first, no. At first he was like, "Call me Dola," because he was Dolamatic. Dolamatic.
From Dolomite, he had just become a pimp.
Yep.
You know, and like Dolomite, so he was Dolamatic.
And then
he didn't want to be Dola. I think we kept on calling him Dola.
Cause somebody kept on riding his ass for being named Dola, and I think it may have been Bob, but he was like, Dola sound like a damn slave name, some shit he said,
God.
Sort of like a black slave name, man. Dola, get your ass here. It was just like, okay, call me D-Matic.
Oh wow, I ain't know all of that, but
yeah, cause you know, that nigga's just like I ain't even allowed to say that I'm Mexican, but he progressively just NAACP gonna beat my ass, but sorry Justin, if you offended too, man.
Nah, I wasn't offended, man. I was just thinking about this Mexican at my job that had said that, and I was like, damn, I wonder if I should have been offended.
Wait, 6ix9ine always say the N-word.
Cause I don't be offended when niggas say it, especially like when they say it like how you said it, like, you know what I'm saying, like they ain't saying it to be, you know.
Yeah, racist.
Yeah, they ain't saying it like that. They just saying it, you know, in passing. I ain't offended by that language. People get all up in arms. Mostly like old school people, but I think in this generation, it's just like more open because you know it don't mean that no more. The English language changes all the time. It evolves, and over time, words mean something different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like bad mean good and good mean bad. You know, and like you know that's what it is. Like you know, gay mean gay now. It don't mean happy. It mean nah. You like dick, sir.
Sir. Yeah.
But, you know, I ain't gonna go down that road. I'm just saying.
Shit.
I'm just saying.
We finna stir some feathers, man. I said, nigga, it's gonna open
up
a whole...
Am I wrong for saying you like dick, sir?
Worms. Am I wrong for saying you like dick, sir?
I mean, if the dude like dick, he like dick. I like pussy. Shit. What the fuck?
Man, that's a Moment in Justin podcast. I like that shit. You don't like pussy shit.
Well, anyway. Yeah, you definitely one of the most more fascinating stars, you know, because you know I always say, you know, because you come from that time, you know, it could be deemed as you know the golden era of XTV.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? It was just so you know, looking back at it, you know, I look back so fondly at those times and the things we did, the fun we had, you know, right down the hall, you know, XTV West was doing stuff like Killer Instinct and all of that. I mean, you know, like, because you said that they was like a part of King. I mean, like, because everybody from Killer Instinct didn't make it, you know. Like, I don't think that...
No, they was at Hillsborough.
Oh, they was at Hillsborough. But, like, I'm saying, like, I mean, which one of those guys was, like, you know, in the mix? Was it all of them or, you know, was it certain guys? I remember Combo.
I think it was Jago and...
Yeah, Jago.
The main members at first, I remember it, because I think they kind of fell off. Yeah, they fell off because it stopped getting interesting, I think. Like, you know what I'm saying? But at first, the shit was tight. It was Jago, it was TJ Combo, Maya. Did I say Orchid? Orchid. Okay. It was those four. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And
they was the main ones.
Yeah.
Now, and what about Spider though? Give me back me eye patch.
Give me back. Yeah, him too. My fault. Shit. It was those five at first, you know what I'm saying? And they made it good, you know what I'm saying? Because they was even good, like, when we did Killer Instinct. They was, like, the main people, right. You know what I'm saying? We still remember them to this day,
right.
You know? But, like, you know, I don't know what really happened with them. I think TJ Combo said, you know, what happened on his podcast. But, like, you know, well, I don't think he talked about that period on his podcast, but...
It'd be hard to remember that, though, MZ, because it's so long ago, but I think...
It's really long ago.
It is. It's so far, but I think that's the same thing that happened in Mortal Kombat. Like, now that you say that, I think that like, on Mortal Kombat Jax, Sonya, Johnny Cage, Liu Kang...
Liu Kang? I don't remember Liu Kang.
Liu Kang was popping, man.
He was popping.
He was popping, because they would always do that one scene from the Mortal Kombat movie. Johnny Cage would always do this scene. I think it would happen before the movie, and it would be that part where Liu Kang he asked to Johnny Cage, he say, "You want me to carry your luggage?"
Oh,
yeah, he do that part.
Oh, damn!
Yeah, and like that little
man,
scene.
put a Super Mario sound effect in. That's what I did. I Super Mario effect.
Here we go. Yeah.
No. Put When I Die on Super Mario. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh my God! On that note, we're gonna go to commercial. Mario just died, but he got another life, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned for more Justice Podcast.
Do you want to continue?
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you about this N53 Get Lean One Burn Fat Burning Formula. Alright. Now, I just bought it yesterday, and you know, I took a couple of these, and yeah, you know, I just so happened to look at the date, and it say Best Buy 3/2019. Now I'm in the safe zone, you know what I mean, because you know it is 3/2019, but at the same time, I'm gonna take this motherfucker back up there, and I'm gonna get me a later one, you know what I mean, a later date, because you know I don't really trust it. Now I took it, like I said, a couple times, and it's nasty as hell. You know, I done had the raspberry ketones to, you know, help burn fat. You know, cause that's what's inside of it. You know, they got ketones amongst other things, and you know, it's supposed to help me burn fat. You know, so I'm telling you guys about this, and you know, I'm gonna give you guys an update. You know, somewhat down the line, maybe at the end of the month. You know, when we're gonna see how this thing works, and we're gonna figure out whether or not it's worth investing in. You know what I mean? If you guys want to burn some fat and get in shape, because let me look on the back. You know, it says it burns fat quickly, stimulates energy, stokes metabolism, supports weight loss, boosts workout intensity, and improves thermogenesis. All right, I gotta look at what that is. It says it's a dietary supplement that increases energy, focus, and mental clarity. So, you know, that's a triple wham bam right there. It's Lean One Burn Fat Burning Formula. I guess by N53. Get lean. We'll see. Back with MZ, ladies and gentlemen. And, you know, it's always a good time here on Justice Podcast.
Yes.
You know, what's your relationship nowadays with, like, you know, Princess Peach and, you know, Luigi and all of them? I mean, you know, how did things evolve with you guys?
Well, in 2011, I did the story of like my life up to that point, you know, and I cried on that shit. You know what I'm saying? I was like, because I started, I don't know, like, because I always just like, you know, I always just went back to them, because like we all kind of like, you know, in a way grew up together. You know what I'm saying? Grew up around each other. Me, Luigi, you know what I'm saying? Toadstool, Princess Peach, all us. Like, you know, we like family in a way. You know, that's why I brought them with me once you know, as I started to get, you know, popping and shit. But like, just dealing with their ass, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's good, you know, because like when I fell off, I would go to them, talk to them about it. And they always just helped me out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's always been good. It's still good. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, when we did 2GN, who you seen?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yoshi.
Everybody.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You know what I'm saying? And like,
only person. Luigi seemed like he got a little attitude, but he always been that way.
Luigi crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? But you know, even Wario. You know, I mean.
Wario too?
Wario, yeah, he was on there. Nah, man, he used to be my uncle. And we used to have a rough relationship. I remember that on Mario Kart. He used to always run into me. I used to hate that nigga sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, he the only person I guess you could say. But even with that, it's not like, you know what I'm saying, it's not hate, though. It's just like, you know.
It's just the way it was supposed to be. I mean, you know, Wario is the anti-Mario.
Exactly. He looked like me with a mean mustache.
He's evil Mario.
My stupid ass uncle, man.
Yeah.
I love you.
I remember the first time seeing Wario on commercial. You know, and I was just like, damn, anti-Mario.
And it's funny, man, like, because another thing that was supposed to happen that never did, because, you know, the Super Nintendo incident when Curtis broke it, fat ass. Yeah, like,
I forgot that kid.
Super Smash Bros.
Oh my god.
Super Smash Bros.
Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. Is this the song? Stanley Atlantis. Is this the song I've been waiting for? Super Smash. Y'all gotta play that shit, man.
This nigga doing it like 2GN right quick.
Nah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, damn, I wish this was 2GN. You could play it in here, but we don't do that here.
But Super Smash Bros, like that was supposed to be, you know, that was supposed to be the next phase, because we had Mario Party. It was cool, but Super Smash Bros was supposed to bring Kong and all of them together, because we was gonna be fighting. You know what I'm saying? It was like, okay, fade me then, Didi. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, wah, wah, wah. And Diddy was gonna do whatever he did off of that. And it's crazy because now Super Smash Bros is like it's big as fuck. It's It's man.
Stanley Atlantis made a 7-minute song about it.
And then this kid at my
the anticipation of going to GameStop and buying the day of.
Don't talk to this kid named Suing in my class about no damn Super Smash Bros.
Man, so what's the intrigue about it though? I never got a chance to get into it.
The characters that's in it, Pikachu, and the different powers that they give the characters, and the stuff that they can do. You know what I'm saying? The upgrades they get. You never know who's gonna be that top character. It's a lot to it because I mean I just know this from Super Smash Bros. 3 or 1. You know what I'm saying? Like I get it. Like okay, they got certain powers, they do certain shit, and you never know who's gonna be in the game. You know what I'm saying? They put Mario, Kong in the game. First one, I can't remember how they did it, man. But like, you just never know who's gonna be on that shit. Right. So that's the intrigue, and that's why you know what I'm saying. When Curtis broke the fucking 64, like you know,
how did he break it?
Fat ass fucking trip over the court. The shit fall. We could have sued his ass, but he is white though. But anyways, he trips over the court. It falls down, and he just like shook his shoulders like, and then walked out the house. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
He was a little spoiled ass kid though.
Yeah, white rich kid shit.
Oh my god, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Was his mom? No, I think I used to just have a crush on his mom, but I was going through puberty at one time.
She used to always have a beer in her hand.
So yeah, you know, everything made me hard around that time.
I think his mom was a little fun.
She probably was. I mean, you know, we was from the hood, and you know, we just not, you know, came into this upscale neighborhood, I say, and
that nigga ain't like me though.
Certain girls was just like, oh man, yeah, misleading. Man. The good old days.
Yeah, we chatting right now, y'all.
Oh my gosh. It was right around the corner. It was like we was on the end, and then on the opposite, like on the next street over,
through the alley,
on the opposite end was Curtis' house.
Curtis' house was this brick.
I never went inside. You went inside of there.
You went inside of there.
I did.
You played Firefox. That was the first time we went in there. I
went into that.
Yeah, it was stupid.
I ain't care for that game.
A white game. I'm sorry, I'm gonna say it. I ain't never seen no black person say, "Oh, I fuck with Firefox." Stanley Atlantis ain't made no song about no fucking Firefox. Know that? I don't say, man. This a diss, man. Fuck a nigga Firefox, man. Your game suck.
They do suck, man. They terrible.
Come on, man.
I was not into those. I went to Blockbuster.
Star Fox. No, it ain't even called Firefox. It's called Star Fox.
I know what you're talking about. You thinking about Mozilla?
Yeah.
But Star Fox 64. Yeah, I hate it. I mean, I ain't hate it, but it was just boring to me.
Because it's supposed to be Star Wars, Star Trek. That's why I said white people shit. White people into that shit.
Yeah,
I'm yet to meet a nigga. Now, I ain't talking about no, you know what I'm saying, uppity Oreo. I'm talking about a nigga that's like really, oh man, yeah, I fuck with this, some Star Wars, nigga. That's white people shit. I don't care.
Oh my gosh, you said a uppity nigga.
And I'm Mexican, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you just said that shit. Uppity nigga. I don't mean no little uppity nigga. Jesus Christ.
Uppity Oreo nigga too at that.
Oreo.
Damn. Justin gonna name this podcast MC Racist. My mama black. Give me a pass, please.
Well, what else you got? I mean, so many things. Was you in the ring? You've been in the ring a few times. You done wrestle.
I fought the best CAW a few times. No.
Man, I don't know why. I guess you just like.
I was just always like, cause I feel like I come from the era where someone just played roles. Like I was an announcer. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay, that's what it was.
Cream was the only time I did shit. You know what I mean? I was M guy. You know, I rapped. You know what I'm saying? MZ. You know.
I mean, how many songs y'all had?
Same songs Wu-Tang had.
Oh, so like whatever Wu-Tang had, it was like, yeah, that's how I sound.
Yeah, cause like 04 was like, okay, when Wu-Tang first started, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, yeah, like so that was like 93 was 04 for Cream. Right. And then you know kind of go through the years, you know.
Yeah.
You know, and yeah.
So 15 years after the first Wu-Tang album was what that would have had to be 2008. And that mean that now, present day, that y'all came out with the song with Campfire. Out of nowhere there came a caravan.
Right now, we did that last year, or we finna do it?
Oh, y'all did it last year. Y'all did it last year.
In 07.
In 08. Oh,
No, that
came
came out in 07. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, we
Okay,
did
so
that
that's y'all
already.
latest album.
Yeah, man. You know, only person that got a problem with that album is Fast Quan.
Fast One. That means, hold on, let me line it up. That means
07,
that's
08.
07, 08, and
Fast Quan finna
10.
drop only
Oh,
built
coming up.
for
coming up in next year. That means y'all finna do that trifecta album with Ghost, Ray,
Wu Massacre. I
Wu
mean,
Massacre,
Cream
but
Massacre.
you ain't gonna be on there.
Yeah,
Cream Massacre.
the clan ain't the same no more.
Yeah, and
I mean,
somebody
the
gonna
Cream ain't
interview
the same.
you, and they're gonna be like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Wu-Tang was Cream was a big old thing, man. You know, it was crazy, and it was like you're gonna be like, yeah. It was like, yeah, you got a whole lot of fans, and then you're gonna be like, oh, they don't really fuck with me like that. They're like, you sure, man? Because people be asking about you. You're gonna be like, a little bit. You're gonna be all better because you know people don't. I guess because you ain't a top guy.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
But I mean, out of all those guys, who is the top guy? Who you would
Out
say?
of Cream,
Yeah, I think it would be you.
cause we had
NXTV.
we had Method Man too, and remember when Method Man was out?
Yeah, I mean,
But I guess me, yeah, you know. I mean, and 90, you know. Damn, I don't even know what role 90 played or Lane 1. You know, I know I was MZ. I know. I mean, M Guy, and I know that Expected that, obviously. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, like, what 90. Oh, 90 was RZA. What? He was RZA. Yeah.
I can't believe
I
that.
still don't know who the fuck Lane 1 was though.
He was RZA.
Yeah, 90 was Flamingo was RZA. It's funny, man.
That's funny as hell. Just what?
Yep. That's how it went down.
That's hilarious.
Flamingo was RZA. And then Killer was in there too. Killer was Jizza.
Was?
Killer was Jizza.
Oh, cause
Yeah.
he was a
And he
fraud.
he used to always be like,
Killer
Dark
was a
Man to the Dark Crunch. He used to always say that because like
Off of Pinky Ring.
yeah, and we used to always try to like because Lane 1 said this. You know what I'm saying?
Unstoppable.
One time we tried to like present Cream to y'all, and y'all kind of shut it down because like y'all didn't get it. You know what I'm saying? And Fast was
Like,
trying
how
to be
was
all.
the presentation then?
Of course, it was ass. You
I
know
mean,
what I'm saying?
What was it though? Like, what was it?
It was Fast trying to be Raekwon and shit. You know what I'm saying? It was just on some damn, you
And
know.
then he just bust
like,
out with it.
"Shh," you know what I'm saying? Chillings, what it look like.
Yeah, I can see that
like
not
you know what I'm
working.
saying? It was
I
just
can
like,
see that not working.
shut the fuck up, ass.
You can tell that like a bit is trying to be set up.
Yeah,
and it is not
exactly.
working.
And it's just like,
not
shut
working.
up.
Sit your ass down somewhere.
I'll go back
No,
to the drawing
bitch.
board.
Whatever the fuck you trying to do, no.
man,
Go somewhere.
we told went to his fat ass for doing. It's like no, you know what I'm saying? Cause like.
Cause it's fast.
Yeah,
man.
it's how we know Fast. It's supposed to gradually grow to that. He just go
Right.
put it like this. Fold my arms. I'm not eating supper. Sit your fat ass up, man. Yeah, we had an argument on that. You know what I'm saying? And you know, shit. Method Man was like, "You don't know what you're talking about." Like, look at the answers you give. Look at the answers you give. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Faz was looking out the window. He finally did it right. Just don't talk.
Exactly.
Be cool.
Looking
Shut
out the
up.
window, and it's funny because Tu Wayne later came. You know what I'm saying?
True Wayne.
You know?
Yeah.
What
What you think about that?
I thought that was gonna really work, and it was supposed to. We had a project, you know what I'm saying, dedicated to Tu Wayne, and you know the shit with the computer happened, but like we had something that was going. I felt it was gonna make Tu Wayne pop. It was gonna be like big, and then y'all had a animation y'all did. This finna tap the fuck out of you, you know. But Jizza kept on saying, you know, that ain't talented, that ain't skill. Y'all had did like a cartoon of Jizza, and y'all had made him like do an interview. And he kept on saying, that ain't hip hop.
That ain't clever.
That ain't clever. Yeah. Remember that shit?
When was that?
Like 09 or 2010 or some shit. That ain't clever.
I remember we used to do that a lot because
Yeah.
on YouTube, you know,
He was talking about 50 Cent or somebody.
he was on stage. And like I guess he was taking suggestions from the audience. Was Jizza, Gary Grice. He was asking people, you know, what they want him to freestyle about. He was gonna freestyle, and then he was like, "Yeah, what y'all want me to freestyle about?" And then you know, somebody said, "Freestyle about the Flintstones." He was like, "The Flintstones, really? That ain't clever. What you know about a quasar?"
A Quasar.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all had did like an animation on that.
I'm vaguely starting to remember something like that.
Yep, I remember that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did it ever get exported, or was it just something like, yeah, that's what we're working on? But
it was one of them incidents. It was like we had a lot we was working on. That was around the
But it
time
just
of
got
that was
lost.
probably around the time of Jungle Fever and shit. And we had a lot we was working on.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And it's
Damn.
just like,
My
you know,
gosh.
shit. So yeah, man.
That's pretty amazing, man. The things that XTV has lost. you
We
know?
talked about that. We had XTV discussions. Well, they had the XTV discussions talking about that shit. Like some of the shit we lost, I feel like will probably be better than some of the shit we have. You know, some of the shit.
Maybe, I don't know. I mean, I like the way XTV's creating a whole new library now. You know what I mean? And because it's just so much. It's going to continue to grow, man.
Oh yeah.
It's going to grow past us. It's going to grow past us, man. It's just going to take, like I said, earlier on, it's going to take on a life of its own, man.
But yeah, man. Cream. We kind of, I don't know, we brothers, man. We have our differences, ODD, he, in a way, he died for real, shit, because, he ain't on XTV no more, He was fat on his last years.
When the last time we seen him here? Was it when Killer fought him at those pay-per-views, or has he been around since?
He was on that podcast.
Which one?
He was on a podcast.
They had an interview with him.
He had a podcast.
Yeah.
You kept shooting him one time, Justin, too. I just want to put that out there.
Yeah, he got on my fucking nerves.
Yep, he kept shooting him, and he shot him in front of RJ, and RJ was like, "Oh!"
I'm sure he deserved it.
Just because he couldn't talk. That's a damn shame.
Oh yeah, he used to get on my fucking nerves. He was just one of them people that used to just fuck with me. Like back in the days when I was, pretty young, we would watch Monday Night Raw, and Checkers was, promoting some hamburger, and I wanted to get a good look at it, and Didi.
That was funny too on your podcast. Sorry, when you was talking about the Food Society. I tatted and died.
Yeah, but Didi, aka Payne, would always jump in front of the TV on purpose, and then like by the time I get him out from in front of the TV, like the commercial being went off, and he did that shit every time, and like that would get under my skin, and so like it would be little things like that. Little stars would always just try to do stuff just to get under my skin because they knew they could. But
it's so easy too. Sorry.
Yeah, I guess so.
I
just wanted to see it though, man. Yeah, you've been pretty cool, MZ.
Yeah.
People gave you a hard time. They started to put you in that lame category. You know what I'm saying? And I think nowadays people.
It's my fault.
Why you say that? Did you do some gay shit?
Yes.
Yeah, I think you did.
I did
What'd you do?
the first gay shit I did was when I became commissioner in 2005. And on paper at the time that sounded good. You know what I'm saying? But I made a transsexual title, trying to be edgy. You know what I'm saying? And just
transsexual title.
Yeah. Stupid. You know what I mean? And then we did the Real World Tampa, and I was gay on that shit. You know what I'm saying? I was just trying to do different shit though, like, you know what I mean?
You was just trying to be cutting edge?
Yeah, I was trying to do something that we never ever did. Did y'all explore this? That was the reason.
Exactly.
But I don't know, because when I did the Real World Tampa is something that's big that we talk about a lot. That like I said, bit. But it's something that we did, and it's classic. You know what I'm saying? I was a part of that. James and them. Yeah, man.
Man, it's crazy, man. Just how long you been here, man? Macaroni and cheese.
Yeah, man.
Macaroni and cheese.
Some of the damn music we came up with back in the day, how the fuck did that come in our mind?
Yeah.
How did You Are My Pal come in my mind?
Yeah.
How did fucking, I know how Little Spine-Yan-Yan came, because I ain't know what the fuck they were saying on that movie. So, shit, I guess Spine-Yan-Yan.
It's interesting to me that, because I think on Super Mario 3, you only did come up with, like, one song.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And you ain't come up with something for, I'm surprised you ain't come up with something for, and, oh yeah, that's the one. I can't believe that, man.
I sure didn't. But, no, I did come up with, this one was a minor hit, but welcome to the desert. A desert like no other.
Oh, bow,
to the desert. A desert Like no.
Oh, that's like hard rock. Punishment, dude.
Punishment, dude. We was laughing about that shit in the shower. And y'all had said some shit about bikers, and y'all was just like punishment, dude. Punishment, dude. Y'all stupid. And I had Heaven on there.
Heaven, I was gonna say Heaven.
Heaven.
They played that on the Bailey podcast with Romy and Tap.
Yeah.
Good song.
Yeah.
Even though they was all over beat and shit.
Now I made that shit, and like the funny thing is, I didn't make that shit till like 2008. Surprisingly.
Oh, for real?
Yep. I didn't do that around that time. It was just something.
A later hit.
Yeah, a later hit.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Man. That's crazy, man. I love that.
Yeah.
You like Michael Bolton or somebody.
Exactly. I'm in heaven.
I don't know if Michael Bolton had no later hits, but he sound like a name that would.
Exactly. Like, oh damn, you was on something with Wayne? Who knew?
Who knew? The one and only MZ. MZ, you know, here's a fun thing that we can toy around with. You know, all the different like.
May I put the fan on?
Yeah, go ahead.
I said may I?
Yeah, that must mean it's really hot. Like, damn. You know, man, I'm gonna ask as nicely as I possibly can, cause damn, it's hot.
It is hot. Oh, the AC off. That's why.
Yeah, maybe I should turn it down. Or I can open that window up.
Cause I cut it off cause it was cold when I came in here.
You didn't turn that shit on.
But it was still blowing. It was still on. It was like when it was cold.
You know what kind of shit is this, ladies and gentlemen? Somebody come over your house and start cutting shit off. You know what I mean? I'm like sitting up here like, why is hot? He's like, oh yeah, I turned the AC off. Ain't that a bitch?
Yeah, I drank some of your juice too.
Yeah, it wasn't even open. It wasn't even open yet. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, how come my juice open? Oh yeah, I have some.
That purple one looked too good, man.
Like, damn.
I couldn't resist.
Yeah. But,
What time is it?
Only a few type of people. 11:34. You gotta leave.
11:50 minutes. Or 12. 12 minutes.
Hold on. What kind of time we got here? All right, you know, we're gonna wrap things up. We're gonna take one more break, ladies and gentlemen.
What you gonna throw around with though?
We're gonna talk about it when we come back. Stay tuned.
Well, spank my bottom and call me polyethylene. I'm recyclable. Hi, Tom Bodette for Motel 6. In the spirit of conservation, this commercial uses 100% recycled words. Yep, just like water bottles or cans of garbanzo beans. I've used all 160-odd words in this commercial before to describe Motel 6, like clean, comfortable, and lowest price of any national chain. That was a whole six-pack I just recycled there. I figure why make new words when those work just fine? So I can tell you what a great value Motel 6 always has been and still is without contributing to a verbal landfill or increasing my jargon footprint. I see it as doing our part to conserve our precious verbal resources, and that feels pretty good. Almost as good as saving money. I bet this'll sound familiar too. I'm Tom Bodette for Motel 6, and we'll leave the light on for you. Book online at motel6.com.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we back here one more time with my man MZ, XTV legend. Are you in the Hall of Fame? I love that shit.
Yeah, man. Nah. When I did the Real World Tampa, and it was kind of like my last run, you know what I'm saying, prior to like, you know, like when I was on, I don't know, man, I had a just such a devastating downfall where like I wasn't really cared about, you know what I'm saying. And then in 2009, when they was doing DVDs like Ada, ODD, Romy did a DVD, and Yaki did a DVD. Remember that shit?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, everybody wanted me to do one, you know, but I never got the chance to do.
Yeah, you definitely fit in with that class.
Yeah, I never got a chance to do one though, you know what I'm saying? Because again, the computer got fucked up and all that. But finally, 2011, I finally did my documentary, which is still good, and we uploaded it, and y'all liked it. You know what I'm saying? But what was the question?
I don't even remember.
I'm lost. I don't even remember.
I asked you if you was in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, and I went way the fuck somewhere damn else, man.
It's all good, though. It's good for the podcast. You telling your story.
Well, yeah, I know, but damn. That ain't got shit to do with what you asked
No, I
me.
thought you was leading to it.
Oh, I think I was.
Yeah, because
I
you were
don't
talking
know.
about Real World.
Okay, yeah. I know.
Yeah.
My downfall was so devastating. You know what I'm saying? Where like, you know, people just kind of forgot me. You know what I mean? I'm a forgot. Well, I was a forgotten legend. Shout out to Romy Rome, man. I feel like he picked me up with his 2GN episode.
Think
You
so?
know what I'm saying? Hell
Because
yeah.
you ain't really had that much. I mean, you got a podcast out there.
No,
I seen something with your name on it.
you thinking about my documentary?
The
That was a
documentary.
documentary.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, but like as far as a podcast, you know, Romy. You know, like well, it ain't really a podcast, but like.
Yeah. I
He
mean,
helped
it's
me
like a
out.
podcast because that was like an hour long. That's like the
Yeah.
longest 2GN ever.
And it's good as fuck, man.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
y'all really
good.
went back, man. It's one of my favorite episodes of 2GN. Hey, I was on there, and that's the time I told you. It's a done deal.
I know, but shit, you niggas be talking.
Hey, well, we doing it right now, man.
I said the N word again.
You know, I want to talk about drugs. Because I mean, did you have like, you know, a past with drugs? I feel like, you know, when you look at the Super Mario character, you know, this guy's flying around.
There's a reason why my nose is big.
You know, like he opens up a box. He gets a
Google.
flower, like this power flower. He gets a mushroom.
Shrooms.
You know what I'm saying? So okay.
So you basically answering your own question.
I just want to know, you know, from your perspective, you know, how you dealt with living in that type of world.
Well, before I answer this, type in Artie Lang Nose 2018.
Already,
Nose 2018. If this gives you nightmares, I apologize in advance, but
man, why?
go to images. Look at that.
That's Artie.
You
Well-
see his nose.
Oh, he did what he
From
wanted.
all the use of coke over the years. Type in Super Mario 64. Mario character.
I put Super Mario 6.
Look at that nose.
Same nose.
So, yeah. I mean,
So a Mexican plumber.
I sniff paint too. Like I'm on the shit now.
You said that, yeah. You said that like present day.
What you gonna say?
That's fascinating. I was gonna say, you know, a Mexican. What's your job? A plumber
Yep.
who is in love with this beautiful princess.
Yep.
Or on the way to. I mean, has anybody ever even explored that or broke that down?
Broke what down?
The story of Super Mario and the crazy, crazy world that you explored, MZ. You know what I mean? You know, picking up on
Nobody ever
mushrooms
broke that shit.
and picking up stars, and you get that temporary rush, and you go through all these different colors. You know, like that's got to be a hell of a high, and then you come down. You know.
But that's why, you know what I'm saying, they thinking about bringing my show back. Like, we thinking about getting a Wii, and they thinking about doing that new Super Mario game where I'm in the city, and I'm on a skateboard and all kind of shit. And they thinking about doing that. Yeah, and they thinking about doing that to kind of close my shit out. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, again, I fell off. You know, my fall off was bad. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, you know, but the thing with my fall off, I ain't falling on drugs and shit, you know, like most people did. I fell off. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't hot no more. You know, I was where Destruction is. By the way, I mean, because LT gave his opinion on the Destruction podcast, but
Yeah.
people always look to your opinion
Okay.
on shit like that. You know, LT, of course, had his
Rants.
fuck you, you lying shit.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, I listened to it, and I understand what the WWE was supposed to represent, what Destruction was supposed to represent.
Yeah.
From your perspective, your honest perspective,
Yeah.
how do you feel? You know what I'm saying, listening to it?
About Destruction and what? Like the reason why he ain't work or what?
The podcast, everything.
Oh, what I think about the podcast? You know, in some instances, I do side with with a lot of the inconsistencies. I mean, you know, especially when he talked about clotheslining the guy in high school or in practice in some amateur wrestling. No, the hell you didn't. You don't do no clothesline in amateur wrestling. I'm sorry, it ain't no clothesline. That's just cheating like a bitch. And then like, you know, and then like, you know, Tavares was right when he had said what he said about cause 90 was like, damn, you fucked a whole lot of people up, and he like yeah. Like he had no remorse, you know, like for the things that he did. And
that's why. And then I
that's like
the comment
honestly,
said that we want Corvette. I know you meant Cornet though.
Auto text. But let me tell you this. Here's the thing, man. You know, and it's like it's kind of like when Faz was just standing up there doing the damn Raekwon thing. It's like, not yet, Faz. Get your ass out the way. That's how it is. It's like some stuff is just like he a perfect example of like, yeah, it could have worked if you did it right, if you bided your time. It wasn't your time, and it was like, and even like a lot of the things that he's saying is just so inconsistent with like the type of person he is or he's supposed to be. It's like, if you just badass destruction motherfucker, then Bob Classic and his punk ass words shouldn't say nothing. You should have damn clotheslined his ass to the throat.
No.
Set his damn book bag on fire. The motherfucker that's fucking with you, do that to him.
Yeah,
not the damn innocent motherfucker.
You missing points though. Like he also mentioned though, because sometimes y'all miss parts. Like he said that, like, you know what I'm saying, he was riddled with injuries though. You know what I mean? So he wasn't the same. He wasn't.
Yeah.
He wasn't.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, he was at a different space in his life.
No, he was.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's
fair
like,
enough. No, I mean, I'm fucking around when I'm saying that type of stuff. But at the same time, I mean, still though, like,
but the clothesline,
as a man, I mean, you know, like a man gonna stand up for himself, you know, and I mean, at the end of the day, you gonna stand tall, and you know, you gonna be like, nah, you gonna put a motherfucker in their place, whether or not, you know, I mean, whether it's with your words or whether it's with your fists, but you gonna stand firm. And so if you that person, that if you're that badass that you say that you is, you know, that's gonna come out. We're gonna see it.
Yeah.
You know, and that's all I'm saying. You know, at the bottom of it all. But you know, he just didn't work. It's unfortunate. You know, I mean, hell, Sagat was supposed to work. You know, like Bruce was supposed to work. You know what I mean?
But it's just it's just you gotta like when somebody,
you know, Ryan Vargas.
When somebody was something somewhere else.
Yeah, like Ryan Vargas was the Red Ninja. You know?
Oh.
Like, yeah, he was the Red Ninja. You
Put
know,
him on the damn podcast, shit.
Yeah, and then he was like, you know, he did a few things. Like I think he was on a movie or something like that, but they cut his part out. Yeah.
No, it was Travis, and then they cut his damn part out.
Well, no, because I think Travis had replaced Ryan Vargas.
Oh yeah, he did. He did.
It was because he was so bad, and everybody hated him. But
hey, aren't you a little cheaters over there? Yep. Shut the fuck up!
Because he got his voice from Jason from Power Rangers.
That's so stupid. And so every line is just extra loud for no reason.
Exactly.
Aren't you supposed to be doing this? Killer just said, "That's not life to make fun of a leprechaun." I'm not a leprechaun.
Yeah. So there you go. That's Ryan. That's the downfall of Ryan Vargas, his voice. That's what happened with him. But you see what I mean, though? It's like, it just happens, though. Like, sometimes, exactly. Some people, they supposed to work because they got a name, they are somebody, but nah, you ain't nobody here. And that's the part about XTV that I like. You know, the grit and grind. And when a star does like cut through that, it's like they shine. They like, nope. You know, and we're seeing that nowadays with a whole lot of stars.
I had Sonics and that shit was good. I just want to make mention of that.
Super Mario had Sonics.
Try a slushy.
I think I'll do that. You know, that sounded pretty good right now because ever since you turned that fan, it's hot as hell. I'm finna go turn on this AC. You got anything else you want to talk about, MG?
Nah, man. You got any other questions, man? Shit.
I mean, we could sit up here and talk about the damn back in the days, you know, a whole lot. I wanted to ask you about your relationship with Yaki, you know, because a lot of people, you know, people always talk about, you know, Sonic versus Super Mario.
When Gorgon wasn't that. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, you know, like, what was how was your dynamic to Yaki?
When Gorgon wasn't as high as he was on 2G, and he made a good point.
Yep.
He said that, you know, little did he know that they was being admired, you know what I'm saying, by us, you know, when they was on Power Move Pro and we was doing World Tour. Like, you know, same shit, bitch. Like I ain't mean to call you a bitch. I meant to say bitch. But when we was looking at Sonic, we just thought, damn, we ain't that there.
You
know
thought
what
so?
I'm saying?
Even though you was doing 64?
Oh, no, I'm tripping, bitch. Like, I'm thinking about 2000, you know what I'm saying, when we did Super Mario. But Yaki wasn't doing his show around that time. No, I'm thinking about when we was kind of going against Romy show.
Oh, okay.
But,
Yeah,
yeah,
so,
Donkey Kong was going up against Yaki.
against Yaki,
Yeah. And then I went against
But people still compare, you know, Mario to Sonic though. I mean, and like, you know, you look at the game, like, you know, we're taking a look at the picture on the computer here, how you got that side scroll going on, and I think that model is something that, you know, that you made very popular. You know, it probably, maybe it existed before you, I don't know. But as far as me, I think that Super Mario was like the first game I ever played. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I probably played Pac-Man on the arcade, but as far as like an in-home game console, it was Super Mario for me. And
Can I ask
then
a
the
question?
first, yeah,
Why do you always say console?
cause so that I can differentiate like what I'm talking about.
It's console.
Oh, all right, library, motherfucker.
No, you always call it like
I'm
I
old.
heard that.
I'm old as hell.
So fucking
console there.
Console. like you take your time with the actual word and shit. It's like you'll be in the middle of a sentence like, oh yeah, then this happened, and a console. You know what I mean? That we have played it on. It's like. You do that every time. That's why I had to I gotta ask
put
you.
it. I gotta be real gentle with
the soul over here, okay?
Console here.
You put them down gently and shit. Kind and soul.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, okay. But I mean, I was just saying that, you know, they compare you to a whole lot. That's why I was asking about that.
Nah, man. You know, it's just like. It's apples and oranges, you know what I'm saying? It's whatever you like. Honestly, we get along great too, me and Yaki, you know what I'm saying? I give all love to Yaki because, like, shit, when I was on my downfall, he wasn't the type of nigga to tear me down, you know what I'm saying? I mean, neither were you, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just other people, like, you know, when they at the top. Because even I think, you know, shout out to Romy, you know, he gave me another shot, but I think even when I was falling off in 03, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was even kind of like, you know, like, oh,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know.
No, but
it's just, just let me say this right fast. It's just something to be when you the top guy, and it's like the nigga that who place you taking, you know, he going down. It's just something about that in XTV where somebody be the top dude, the former top dude right here, and like you do your all to continue to push him down. Like that's always happening. When Killer was hot, he pushing ODD down. He pushing this person down. He pushing this person down. Then when DT getting hot, he trying to push Killer down. You know how Trap City versus Man was. I don't know what that is, man. You know that's
It's the competition,
that's a mentality that gotta be. Just
it's the competition,
erased.
and I feel like, you know, that's a good point that you bring up, but I feel like that's how it is, man. I heard a story about Steve Austin, you know, when The Rock was getting hot, you know, and he started, you know, Bruce Pritchard was saying, he was making the point that he can tell when a star is starting to get over out there because the top guy started to take notice to him. The top guy, who was at the time Austin, started to say certain shit, and Austin said something along the lines of, oh, if he think that that all he need to get over is that damn eyebrow, he got another thing coming. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so it was like you see that little bit of, you know, like a little bit of jealousy. You know what I mean? You start to see that.
Yeah, but it's like.
And people feel it, especially
when somebody falling on shit, like, you know, like I had a lot going against me, like I had a lot of fuck ups, and it's just like. You know what I'm saying? You at the top and like, okay, similar to, shout out to Bob, but you gonna always be used as an example on these podcasts. I don't give a fuck. But like, it's similar like when Gex was hot, you know what I'm saying? And they was cool together, or Bobby and Best, whoever. You know what I'm saying? And then like, when they falling on hard times and just they having these blunders, it's like, Bob, you at the top, instead of lift your friend up, you continue to push him down and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, Best lost another match. He like, oh, you lost the match, Best. That's true, you did do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, huh?
Yeah.
like it shouldn't be like that. You know what I'm saying? People should be lifting each other up. You know what I'm saying? Especially when they falling on hard times and shit, because they can't help that. You know what I mean? And I just feel like that's just what happened with me. You know what I'm saying? When I had hit my low point, you know what I'm saying? There was niggas constantly pushing me down. You know what I'm saying? Over and over. And I ain't making no excuses. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, my downfall was brought upon myself. You know what I'm saying? I did that myself in a way. You know, poor choices.
Well, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. The only one.
I feel like I cut you off a few times, and I just want to say sorry. I just
No,
did it
man,
again.
it's your forum, man. You know, I like getting cut off on the podcast because you know what I mean. That you got something to say and say it. You know what I mean?
Food is food.
Food.
I seen Jamila today.
You did? But
Food is food. That girl,
she eating.
she eat.
She ate. She finna eat too. But I want to thank my dog MZ. You know what I'm saying? Way back in the day, man. I love having these sit downs with my old friends, and we got to do it again, man. We got to do it again soon. I told you I was gonna do it.
He said we gonna do it again. We'll see, y'all.
Okay.
Niggas be talking.
Always great catching up with MZ. You know, he's my good friend. I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I know what we talked about, but you do, cause you made it this far, right? Unless you just skip to the end to see me do an outro, but I highly doubt you did that. Yeah, more guests on the horizon. B-Boy and Sketch is actually my next guest. You know, I had sent out a poll amongst the XTV world, and I said, hey man, who y'all want next, MZ or B-Boy and Sketch? And the answer was both. And you know, maybe I should have put out both, but no. All right. Then what I'm supposed to do about next week. All right. But you know, I do have that one in the can. I got B-Boy and Sketch. You know what I mean? So it's kind of cool. You know that they just recently, you know, relative to this particular time that I'm recording this outro, just recently did a creation suite. So you can consider it B-Boy and Sketch month. All right, that's right. Too bad it's in the middle of Women's Month or something like that. Turkey leg, you fat son of a bitch. You're always half-assing your podcasts and throwing something together. You're just a fat egg-sucking dog. And your mother's a whore.
Yeah. I remember when I lived in the basement of Remy's house, and late night Kyoko would come inside and rub my stomach. I would kick my leg really fast.
Thank you to Daniel Dingo and Sparky. It's a good boy. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we got that coming up, B-Boy and Sketch. And more on the horizon. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to Justin's podcast. You know, I appreciate it so much. You know what I mean? Because without y'all, you know, this channel don't grow. And, you know, really, we don't even want it to grow, but it keep growing, you know? But, you know, keep spreading the word about, you know, XTV World, and spread the word about our friends. You know, tell them about Third Strike. Tell them about J-Dog. And, of course, tell them about the one and only J&W Boss. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, this your boy, Ernest, the Justin Turkey Leg, with another podcast saying, so long, everybody.